From the incredible moment a volcano in Iceland collapses, sending lava flowing over the side, to a breathtaking video of a nighttime eruption in Guatemala with city lights visible in the background, here are 5 stunning volcanic eruptions that were caught on camera. On your next trip to Italy, do yourself a favor and spend a day in Catania, one of the many stunning Sicilian cities. When you get there, look toward the skyline to see Mount Etna, an active stratovolcano and the tallest Italian peak south of the Alps. At over 11,000 feet high, Mount Etna is actually among the tallest active volcanoes in Europe. Giuseppe Di Stefano is a Sicilian photographer and, perhaps, Mount Etna's biggest fan. He runs a website called Etna Walk, where he'll post stunning, up-close and personal photos and videos of lava flowing down the mountain's base. In February of 2017, Giuseppe got some fantastic footage that almost looks too good to believe. As realistic as Hollywood CGI can be, nothing beats the real thing. Giuseppe films as volcanic matter rolls down the mountain. It almost looks like molten coffee grounds under a microscope. We then see blood-red magma spewing out from the top of Mount Etna before a beautiful, wide shot shows all the steam coming off the mountain. There's something incredibly satisfying about watching the rocks roll in slow motion, isn't there? Now, nobody's arguing Giuseppe's skill behind the camera. Perhaps the most stunning shot is the nighttime scene of lava spewing against the dark blue Italian sky. Now, as beautiful as it looks, the 2017 eruption of Mount Etna was still pretty dangerous. Volcanic activity continued into March and put a BBC film crew at risk as they sprinted down the mountain. They dodged flying rocks, burning boulders, and steam pockets as they ran to safety. 6 of them went to the hospital for minor injuries, but nobody was seriously hurt. Perhaps they could have learned from Giuseppe, aka the Etna Walker. The name Fagradalsfjall plays 2 roles in Iceland. It's the name of a volcano formed during the last glacial period, but also doubles as the entire volcanic system spanning a 3 by 10 mile area. The Reykjanes Peninsula hadn't seen an eruption in almost 800 years, and the volcano itself sat quietly for 6 millennia. Then, a series of earthquakes between 2019 and 2021 woke everything up. The activity peaked on March 19th of 2021, when an eruptive fissure opened up in the Geldingadalur valleys. The vent was between 2,000 and 2,300 feet long and ejected lava in every direction. Thankfully, the area is uninhabitable, so the lava flow didn't 3 weeks before the eruption, a strong earthquake hit the Reykjanes Peninsula. People around Iceland felt the ground shake, and experts feared it could spur an explosion in the Fagradalsfjall system. The earthquakes subsided, and Iceland fell quiet for 3 days. Then, people in a small town near the peninsula reported seeing a bright glowing light in the distance. Unless the aliens were finally here, everyone assumed there was an eruption on the horizon. Sure enough, helicopters flew over the area to confirm an eruption 800 years in the making. Everyone grabbed their camera and hightailed it to Fagradalsfjall to record what was probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Volcán de Fuego, translated from Spanish as the Volcano of Fire, is an active stratovolcano in Guatemala. It sits about 10 miles west of Antigua, a popular tourist destination and one of Guatemala's most famous cities. There have been a few notable eruptions in recent history, including one in 2018 that proved especially deadly. Most volcanoes don't cause widespread destruction when they erupt. Instead, they act as beautiful marvels of nature, ready for eager photographers. The Volcano of Fire blew its lid in 2016, and some stationary cameras were there to record some awe-inspiring time-lapse footage. The bright orange lava flowing down the side is gorgeous against the star-studded sky. Martin Rietze, the person who shot this footage, definitely deserves a job with National Geographic. We get another excellent angle showing the city lights in the background as the volcano blows once again. But perhaps the best shot in the entire video comes towards the end as night falls on the erupting volcano. Clouds encircle the mountain, reminding us of that iconic scene from Fantasia or when Frodo and Sam have to scale Mount Doom. 2 years later, in June of 2018, Volcán de Fuego produced its most powerful eruption since 1974. Ash fell 27 miles away in Guatemala City and forced La Aurora International Airport to shut down until the military could clear ash off the runway. Many lost their lives in the eruption, as the pyroclastic flow damaged several rescue routes into the region. Never underestimate the power of Mother Nature, no matter how beautiful it is. Mount Kilauea is a 600,000-year-old volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. This shield volcano is a popular tourist destination as it is the most active of the 5 volcanoes that form the Hawaiian Islands. It's also one of the most active volcanoes on Earth and has been erupting since September of 2021. But this isn't the first time that Kilauea experienced an extended eruption, nor will it be the last. Between 2008 and 2018, Halemaumau crater was home to an active lava lake at the mountain's summit. Meanwhile, vents on the volcano's eastern rift zone had been erupting since January of 1983. In 1990, eruptions shut down one of the black sand beaches. Then again, those beaches wouldn't exist without Mount Kilauea. None of it would. Halemaumau crater isn't just any old hole in the ground. It is an incredibly sacred place on the Hawaiian Islands, as it is home to Pele, the goddess of volcanoes and fires. Pele is among the most well-known deities in Hawaiian mythology as she is credited with creating the Hawaiian Islands. Kilauea rises about 4,000 feet above sea level. About 500 years ago, the top of Kilauea collapsed, forming the summit caldera we know today. Within that caldera is Halemaumau crater, a 2,500 by 2,900 foot circle. Eruptions in 2018 caused the crater to double in size and drop its depth 2,000 feet below the caldera floor. Mount Kilauea marked a pivotal point in volcanology when geologist Thomas Jagger established the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory in 1912. It became the ideal site for the study of volcanic activity and led to several discoveries we use today. But as revered as Kilauea is, it is still a powerful and destructive volcano. In May of 2018, volcanic activity shifted down to the lower Puna district, causing lava to burst from over 20 vents. The eruption destroyed Hawaii's largest freshwater lake, laid waste to Leilani estates, and overwhelmed several communities. The explosion swallowed 716 homes and forced a months-long closure of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, at least in the Kilauea section. Mount Rinjani is an active volcano on the Indonesian island of Lombok. When most people think of Indonesia and volcanoes, they think of Krakatoa, one of the most famous volcanoes on Earth. But if you were on Lombok in the fall of 2015, Rinjani would be the only volcano on your mind. Beginning on October 25th, Rinjani erupted for 2 months and ended on Christmas Eve. The eruption sent ash plumes almost 4 miles into the air, causing mass flight cancellations at nearby airports. Still, camera crews set up their tripods and captured some stunning footage right in the middle of the eruptive period. We open on a shot of Lake Segara Anak, a crater lake that formed after an eruption in 1257. Steam bellows off the crisp blue water as smoke and volcanic rock blast through Rinjani's mouth. The volcano explodes intermittently into the night, calming back down for a moment before erupting with more smoke and molten rock. The visuals only get better as the sun sets, like red-hot fireworks on the 4th of July. Mount Rinjani and Lake Segara are under the protection of Gunung Rinjani National Park. The national park has grown into a popular tourist destination, similar to Mount Kilauea in Hawaii, since its establishment in 1997. Visitors can trek up to the rim or descend down into the caldera. Of course, this doesn't come without the highest safety precautions, and any volcanic activity will close those routes. But sometimes, you can't always make the best predictions. Just ask the 1,000 tourists who were on Rinjani when it erupted in September of 2016. Thankfully, the eruption wasn't too dangerous, and park officials evacuated most of the group. Would you believe some people hid from rescue workers to experience the thrill of being near an active volcano? If something happened to them, it'd be a clear-cut example of natural selection doing its thing. To see another video just like this one, be sure to click the link on screen now. As always, thank you all for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.